Yes, it started in 2011 when I participated in a pageant and I won that title. So I have that kind of a experience and the journey when I thought that a lady can enhance her personality and she can overcome with her fear and she can conquer the world as well. In fact, I'm not talking about the married women platform. I'm saying that the married who are single, who are separated, who
Yeah,
are
all
divorced,
kinds.
yeah, they were not having any kind of a platform. So we created a platform where everyone should come forward and they can have their dreams and they can just achieve what they want in their life. Along with that, the title which we have, which is we teach them here that pageant is a journey. It is not that you're winning the crown and it is stopping you here. You, whatever you have learned, whatever you have been through with this pageant, you have to take that legacy ahead as well.
Ahead. Seeing a dream is very easy, but a lot of people say कि सपने देखना छोड़ो मत, सपने देखते रहो, लेकिन सिर्फ सपना देखने से नहीं होता. You just can't have a dream and not do anything at it. It's very important. Dreams are like ideas and bubbles that are floating in the air, idea bubbles floating in the air. And your ideas, they are similar. If you have seen a dream, there is somebody dreaming the same thing in another part of the world. Believe me, this happens. It's not that we are unique in our own way, but whatever we dream of, whatever we want to achieve, whatever we want to innovate, there are 10,000 other people doing the same thing. So where does it all end? It ends when you take an action and a step towards that dream. It needs to see the daylight, no matter how small the step is. इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि कितना छोटा कदम है या कितना बड़ा कदम है, या उसका जब आपने उसको शुरू किया तो वो कितने बड़े तरीके से शुरू किया. When you sow a seed, it is hardly anything, but when it grows over time, it becomes a banyan tree that gives knowledge and life to the rest of the world. And with us, we have a living example of somebody who saw a dream, sowed a seed, nurtured it every day, and for the 14th time in the year 2025, it's the 14th year of Mrs. India Queen of Substance, and we have the founder Ritika Vadhva with us, who is an embodiment of that grit and determination, the passion and the compassion towards all the participants who come from all different ages and walks of life, and helps them charter a new destiny. The very first day of their lives, and Mrs. India Queen of Substance is the first day of the rest of their lives. Thank you, Ritika, for being with us here today, and especially for asking me to cover this event for you and to collaborate and work with you.
Thank you very much, because I have seen that you were since morning working hard for this entire organization. So your expertise and experience, I think all the contestants are learning from you. That's commendable from your end as well.
It wouldn't have happened had you not put up such a grand kind of an event together. And I'm not saying it just because it is grand and it's visual appeal, but it's grand because it makes the life of each and every participant grander after having taken part in this. They are very clear with their onward journey, and that's the most beautiful part. Right? So
Yes,
सबने ये बोला है, so that is so beautiful to see that kind of a camaraderie. It's not about winning or losing. It's about doing something and discovering something. So I said already 14 years ago, but how did it all start?
Yes, it started in 2011 when I participated in a pageant and I won that title. So I have that kind of a experience and the journey when I thought that a lady can enhance her personality and she can overcome with her fear and she can conquer the world as well. When I went for Mrs. Asia Pacific at Singapore, that was the time when there were no international representations were happening from India in places of Mrs. Universe, Mrs. Earth, Mrs. United Nations. And when I was there, then I got a call from Mrs. Earth that they wanted me to take part and represent India. So when I thought that I have already participated in international and I crowned as Mrs. Asia Pacific 2014. So I thought, why not to create a platform so that every year we can fill that gap. That gap word, which is very much common in today's time when we talk about startup and raising brands. So now people are finding those gaps. But by default, at the time back in 15 years ago, I found that gap that Indian women are not getting their recognition globally. So why not to create a platform? And along with that, I saw that married women platform were not very much
Not
popular
many
in
in number.
India.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm not talking about the married women platform. I'm saying that the married who are single, who are separated, who
Yeah,
are
all
divorced,
kinds.
yeah, they were not having any kind of a platform. So we created a platform where everyone should come forward and they can have their dreams and they can just achieve what they want in their life. Along with that, the title which we have, which is Queen of Substance, it is not like that a woman is coming and walking the ramp and waving the hands. It has more deeper than that. We have all the social causes associated with it, because we talk about Queen of Substance, it is related to Save the Little Heart, where we have already supported more than 700 cases of cardiac and renal surgeries at AIMS in different hospitals.
Wow.
And along with like with this organization, we have already supported these much of children. So we want that every woman should come out from their shell and they should contribute toward the society as well. So before coming to the pageant, we give them certain tasks which they have to perform in their cities and localities, and we have already touched more than 1 lakh people's life till now, and we have already planted more than 10,000 trees across globe. It is not about India, because we have participations from India, UK, US, Dubai, and other countries as well. So all the contestants, they are coming and they are learning so many things. We are also learning from them, and then this togetherly we are forming a community where they can come, they can learn, they can become the role models for other women as well.
Other women as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I can understand that very well. So जैसा आपने ये बताया, you know, the part where you said that you've already touched about close to 100,000 lives. So usually what people know is that after you are crowned Miss Universe or Mrs. Universe and all that, then you go out on a spree all over the
Yes.
world doing charity.
Yes.
But to actually be able to qualify for this, you have to first do all that and then step onto the platform. मतलब कि वो पहले कर देना होगा. मिलने के बाद करने की बात नहीं है. मिलने से पहले आपने क्या किया? That is very important.
Yes, absolutely.
So that is something really, I myself didn't know that it was in this scope, because I'm attached to other pageants also. They also do a lot of things, but this really puts the spin in a very different direction.
Why I'm saying, because women is nurturer. She can take care of everything with her own heart and own zeal. So when we attach that cause to it, they give their 200%, and we have seen. So that's the reason why we are associating with the cause, and it is not about only saving a life. It is all about their own upliftment as well, because we teach them here that pageant is a journey. It is not that you're winning the crown and it is stopping you here. You, whatever you have learned, whatever you have been through with this pageant, you have to take that legacy ahead as well.
Ahead.
Our motto is not that they are walking the ramp and they are bringing the crown. Our motto is that whatever they are learning, they should inculcate those values in their daily life and become a role model for their kids.
An ambassador of the pageant,
Yes,
basically,
yes,
you know, in
yes.
one way or the other,
Yes.
and should be able to, you know, emulate that in their lives, and
Yes.
henceforth in front of all the people they meet
Yes.
further on after the pageant, right?
I think women always take care of others. She takes care of their family, the businesses, the work where she do, but she doesn't take care of themselves.
See, I'll differ a little bit over here, because I think it's not about taking care of everyone. I think it is. It's a very complete picture of a woman, right?
True.
And I think even if you're a male, there is a complete picture to it. Only it's not been explored. That is the reason why we have platforms like Mrs. India, Queen of Substance. Probably there would be a platform, Mr. India, King of Substance, maybe one day. That do males actually have some substance in them? That would be a wonderful thing to explore too. I think they're very complete, but they fail to recognize their own strength, and that happens with not only women, with every individual equally. See, I think the only difference between a man and a woman is that you're born as a man or you're born as a woman. Otherwise, I don't think there's any other difference. I think you all are equally, both are equally blessed with a set of unique things that a man doesn't have, a woman has, a set of unique things a woman has that a man doesn't have, right?
True.
So it happens if men have something special, women have something unique, all that is there. But what happens is that we fail to recognize our own strength, and we try to seek validation from the rest of the world. And this is where on platforms like Mrs. India, Queen of Substance, you are able to validate yourself.
Yes.
And that is where you break free from the clutches that you have built for yourself.
Yes, absolutely. And this is not about this, also about the pageant as well. When I've completed my program from IIM Bangalore, so there were multiple women, like 100 plus women were there, and they all were the entrepreneurs. And they were doing certain businesses in their own capacity, whether it is 30 lakh their turnover, or maybe 5 lakh or to 5 CR. But everyone was very determined in today's time that they should do something for themselves and for their community. And that is there, which I have learned from there. And I want to teach my learning from IIM Bangalore to my contestants as well, because they all are working, they have their businesses. So whatever in my capacity and my organization capacity, we are here to help them out to grow their brands as well. And we are here to help them out, whatever a kind of a requirement or whatever set of documentation or things they require. So we are here not only to just give them the crown, we are here to help them and holding their hands to take them ahead as well. And in fact, we are looking also the great investors so that they can come on board and they can see the hard work of each and every one of us. And we can take this at every corner of the India and abroad as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. I saw, there are some contestants you have from US, from Canada, from London. So it was really heartening to see a lot of people coming from that side of the world, even from the Middle Eastern countries. You have a few candidates who have taken part over here. So the name is quite well spread. And 14 years is not a small thing. I would say that अगर आप सोच रहे हैं कि हाँ टाइम हो गया है पेजेंट को, then I would say we are just getting warmed up, because 14 साल में तो आप youth में भी enter नहीं करते, So you are still at an adolescence age, but having achieved so much right in that adolescence age, how does that feel? I mean, I've spoken to last year's contestants as well.
Yes,
One of your title winners, Anushka Vibhu, was on my show, the Great Indian Brand Show, and she was talking about her journey. And what a power lady she is! I mean, it was amazing speaking to her. So already you're shining because you're creating so much of difference. How does that feel when people say that Ritika ma'am has taught us everything? Age difference, 20-year-old is saying that. 20-year-old if the lady is married, and a 65-year-old lady is also saying she's the principal. How does that make you feel?
That is actually giving me power to do more. And their, like whatever they share with me, that gives me a power to bring lot of things on their table. It is not only about the pageant. Whatever in our capacity, we want to give them more. If they want any kind of support or any kind of, they want any kind of request. So we definitely want to give them the best.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I think you are succeeding. बहुत अच्छे से succeed कर रहे हो उसके अंदर, because it is actually creating a difference. And the best part was a lot of women who came here who spoke to me today. They said that they took part because they want to actually discover themselves, and this platform has offered them that kind of learning which they wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And winning or losing was not the issue, but it was about how they are going to use that part in the rest of their lives. So that is definitely hats off to all that you have done. Now I'll ask you something, some questions related directly to the business, basically. Charity is one thing, but when you're in business, then you need to do things. It takes a lot of investment. You need to earn out of it to be able to repeat the formula again.
Yes.
I've come to hear from many resources, and I basically, I'm a part with other pageants, that, and I see them all that it's not that easy, lucrative, a business idea the way it looks like it. Believe me, it takes a life out of you and also the finances.
Yes, absolutely. Because in, I think when in 2011, when we started this, so we have seen that we were knocking every door for the sponsorship,
Uh,
for the investments, but it was very difficult to get a glimpse of a news and media coverage. So that was the time when we decided that we need to create a platform so that the media should come and they should cover the story of a married woman. And that's the reason now you can find only the Mrs. India Queen of Substance is available on Times of India. No other pageant has this space because they also run the Femina Miss India. So this is only the Mrs. India Queen of Substance. We have the legacy on digital and their Times of India and HT City. So this is the first pageant which is registered with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and which we have our mark, which we call that this is a kind of
Registered trademark.
Yes, this is a kind of authenticity, what gives a business a boost. So if we talk about in terms of a business proposal or business thing, so that I have learned from my I Am Bangalore program, that whatever you are doing, it should be in a documented way. It should have the authority. It should have been through with the entire system, with the government guideline. So that's what we are following. Each and every payment, what comes in Mrs. India, it comes through the white channel. It comes through the online payment or the check or the things. It is not like that we don't have any records of the things. We have each and every minute details. If we are running a business, that's 100% from our end that we want to have that in a authentic way.
Wonderful. And like, how tough has it been? Like in the 14 years, शुरुआत में तो मुश्किल हुई होगी. अब कैसा है? How are things now? Do you think they're changing? Of course, a lot needs to be done. But then, what is the difference you see in 14 years?
14 years
I'm
earlier.
sorry, I'll just come again because I'm specifically asking this because see, dreamers make their dream come true, and along with that, when their dreams come true, वो औरों के भी सपने साकार करते हैं.
Absolutely.
So there might be other dreamers like you who might be thinking कि I want to come up with a pageant title. मैं कुछ ऐसा करना चाहती हूँ या मैं कुछ ऐसा करना चाहता हूँ. उन सबको आपसे सीखने को बहुत कुछ मिलेगा जब आप, when you say what the entire thing has been like.
See, in 2011, if I say, it was very easy because there were no competition, there were no representation was happening. In a very short span of time, in 2 months, when our pageant launched and we did first season. So within 2 months, we were the top searched website. In fact, that people who wanted this kind of platform should come. That's the reason it was top search website. But if we talk about in today's time, there are a lot of competitions are also there. But yes, we have a legacy of 14 years. If a person is filling up a form, she doesn't know which pageant and what pageant it is. They go back to your journey. They see your credibility. They see your authenticity. And then they come to the pageant. And everyone who is coming to the pageant, they have done their lot of research because you cannot make people understand and
see, you can fool somebody once, twice,
Yes,
but you can't fool them for 14 years together.
No, you
Absolutely.
cannot.
And you can't, 14 into 30 average अगर मैं लेके जाऊं, you can't fool so many people together.
No,
right?
it is not like that. It is our journey. It is our the people who have participated and what journey they are doing. They are working with the Amitabh Bachchan. They are presented on the Kapil Sharma show. They have gone to Cannes Film Festival. So these kind of journey is actually giving the edge to other aspiring women. That they should participate and they should come forward and be a role model for today's women.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. I will ask you a little, 2-3 more questions. This is really getting very interesting. How has been your family support? I'm sure, I know your husband, Mr. Vinay. Vinay is a very strong arm to this one.
So he is the wings, actually. He is the wing, and me and Vinay, we have conceptualized this journey together. He is my co-founder, and he always behind me, whatever I am doing, he is giving me the platform along with my entire family. So It is, I think it is very difficult for a woman to come out from their shell without kind of a support, which I blessedly, I was having my in-laws. They are very much supportive. Initial days when I was conducting the pageant, they were with my kids. They don't want that my kids should be along with the house help. They were there only. So these kind of support, in fact, my parents, they were always, it is, I think, with their confidence when they have taught me in my young time. I was blessed one that they had dreamed that she should get independence, she should get a freedom so that she can decide whatever she wants to. So it is entirely my kids, my family, my husband and my parents.
What is your website called in case people want to go and see that? You know, because I'm sure many people might be wanting, might be seeing this our discussion as well. So your website or any details that you would like to share?
Yes, we are the first one who are running 2 pageants in a year. One is Mrs. India Queen of Substance and one is Mrs. India Earth. So aspiring ladies, if you want to participate, so we are coming up in the September with Mrs. India Earth. So come, take this stage and participate in this upcoming pageant.
So your website address is
This
through
is
that they want to register?
www.mrsindiaqueen.com and www.mrsindiaearth.com.
So that is where you can go and you can fill in the form. And this is where I wish I was a woman who could participate, but I hope something comes up for men too soon. Yeah. And probably, why don't you come up with something?
I think you should start something for the kings of.
Let's see how time unfolds when I have the Great Indian Brand Show. Let's see who is the greatest Indian brand man. Probably that is something that we could think, and I'll seek her advice and help when it comes to that. Thank you so much, Ritika. Those are wonderful words. I'm sure you would have inspired so many other to take that step and maybe come up with their own pageants, local pageants that can happen regional wise, you know, like Mrs. Jaipur organized kar diya, yeah, Mrs. Rajasthan organized kar diya. From there, they can come to you, you know. And I think if you are into something like that, get in touch with her. She will coach you on how to do that. And I think that would be wonderful to learn from somebody as experienced as her. And, you know, वो नेशन वाइड इंटरनेशनली अट्रैक्ट करनी है इंडियंस को, आप अपने स्टेट में अट्रैक्ट कर सकते हैं वहां की लेडीज को, एंड प्रोबेबली दैट कुड बिकम कि यहाँ से जीतने के बाद यहाँ पे it will be one hell of an amazing concept. It can happen
from the state to national, national to international.
Yeah, so it is something like that, and she'll make that dream come true and your journeys come true. So Ritika Vinay, please get in touch with Ritika Vinay for that one, and you can see her Insta handles also as you see the screen, and that is going to help you get in touch with her. Thank you, Ritika Vinay, and for inspiring so many people, for opening, you know, that Pandora's box, or I'll say the gift, the book of secrets of how to build a pageant, how to get onto that journey, and how to keep transforming lives. And on behalf of the Great Indian Brand Show, I'm so happy to have spoken to you, Sudarshan, with Ritika Vinay over here. Let's have a round of applause for her. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.